A common critique heard in regards to Hendon Hooker's game is his ability to process. A lot of people think of him as a reader of one side of the field or a quarterback that focuses primarily on his first read. And there's some merit to that, but I think a lot of that is wrapped up in the offense that he's running. Because of the pace at which Tennessee plays, which is a breakneck, hurry-up spread offense, Hendon is being asked to assess the coverage pre-snap very, very quickly, as they are snapping the football within 10 seconds of the clock being reset. We'll see here an example of he and the receiver being on the same page. I believe he's constantly reading the safety depth out of these stacked formations. You see here the press corner signal to this defensive back. What I believe he's telling him here is you get the first man in. Funny, that's this guy right here. I'll take the first man out. I don't think the quarterback sees that, but I do think he and the tight end here are reading the leverage outside at the same time. So here he is making a different sort of read and making a quick and correct decision to hit the tight end based on the leverage of this outside corner. So tempo is something he's very comfortable with. It's obviously a huge component so far as how the Tennessee offense operates. Another thing that you hear mentioned in regards to their offense a lot is how regularly they align guys outside the numbers, these wide split wide receivers to either side. You see how much space that creates just from the onset. The idea or ideas behind this scheme are at least threefold. And when you combine that with tempo, you force the defense to align quickly and react very, very quickly, perhaps opening them up to a mistake in alignment and big plays. Tennessee had a lot of big plays. Probably the third thing is the tendency to create light boxes. This is something the Ravens can exploit as they have a very strong running game and a good offensive line. If you can force a 5-man box out of 10 personnel, you might be able to run the ball right down their throat. And most importantly, as it pertains to Hendon, is you have to have a big, strong-armed quarterback who can hit the deep outs, the comebacks, and stretch the field vertically, and he can do all those. We see him go through his progressions here on third down. I believe his look to the left, right off the ball, is a look off of sorts. I think he really is intent on reading the right side of the field and the middle of the field safety. I like how he reads with his helmet, with his eyes, but also with his feet. Watch his feet move. Eventually settles on, I think he checks that vertical from number 2, but eventually settles on this comeback route to the outside. And he's got, as I said, a big arm and can make these throws consistently. He's an excellent thrower of a comeback to the sideline. This motion is intended to bring space to the single side receiver to the bottom of our screen. Watch the quick release and the throw on a rope on this post. Another picture of a wide alignment. Watch the quarterback's helmet on this read. He's reading this linebacker to see whether he drops into this hook zone. The quarterback's also reading, in my estimation, the leverage of this defensive back. He understands he's got a soft dig, nothing in the middle of the field if he doesn't get a drop here from this linebacker. And ultimately, this linebacker's replaced, but it's too late. Watch the drive on this throw as well. Now, the ball does arrive a little high, and you do see that on tape a little from him. But, again, really, really powerful arm, quick release, stands tall in the pocket, and puts that ball out for the receiver to grab. On this play, we see him clearly going through his progressions. You'll notice him give a look to the single receiver side off the ball. He really is reading this side of the field, but on this play, we see him go through his reads clearly. This looks like one. Looks like he's trying to hit this. That's not there. He doesn't like it. He's going to go all the way outside. It looks like he's going inside to out. Comes back around. Reads with his feet and with his eyes. Doesn't like the look, I think, because of the dropping linebacker there. But he's very calm in the pocket. Isn't able to get his entire body into this throw, but throws all the way across the field on a comeback. Now, this receiver, I think this is a sight adjustment or a choice. Gets deep coverage or off coverage and then just comes all the way back. You can see he comes 10 yards or so back to help the quarterback. That's based on his read of the coverage on top. And most importantly, we see him patient, standing tall in the pocket, and delivering the football under pressure. Watch it again. Late motion and tempo really play against the defense at times, getting them on their heels, blowing assignments, and he takes advantage of that. You see him read the drop of this middle of the field safety. He's got his back to the play. This number 2 receiver runs clear. Easy throw, really nice throwing motion, very consistent. Puts it on him. Watch it again. Something I'd like to mention without highlighting it by showing video is his ability to pick up yards with his legs. Shows good escapability in the pocket, more than capable of seeing a lane, escaping the pocket, and picking up big yards, picking up first downs, especially with these wide splits, these receivers outside the numbers. He's an athletic quarterback. He is capable of pulling the ball down and picking up big yards with his legs, and that's another plus in his favor. I'll note that Todd Monken really emphasized in his press conferences how he wants to create space, how he wants to work with tempo. These are two things that Hooker can pull off with ease. I will mention that versus LSU, he got cut in half by a deep secondary blitz that sort of blindsided him, and it took him a while to get his legs under him. He misses this throw. As mentioned, he's got a big arm. He has no trouble identifying deep shots. He takes a high volume of deep shots, and there are plenty of connections that you can see on highlight videos. There are a fair share of misses deep as well. You can see he's got a wide open receiver here and overthrows him. Versus Georgia, he misses a wide open Jalen Hyatt. So even though he's got at times great touch on his deep ball and great accuracy, certainly the arm strength, I do want to point out that there are more than just one or two misses on the deep ball on tape. When he misses, it tends to be high, as it is here on this whole shot. Again, this is LSU right after he got lit up. On occasion, it appears to me that he makes up his mind before the ball snapped where he wants to go. You can see him throw into triple coverage here. Safety makes his way over. Double coverage with the safety coming over. And he's got a guy at the sticks and some time in the pocket. Watch it again. I'll end the video with a terrific, very tight window throw. He hits the number 2 receiver here on a slant. I wonder if the Ravens would consider taking this guy if Lamar Jackson has not signed the franchise tag by the time the draft happens, or if there's a trade that's worked out and they feel like they might be able to get him at their original pick, 22, or perhaps move a little bit to get him. Let me know what you think in the comments, how you feel about that. And here's that tight window slant to number 2